Hello friends, this is Scott, and we're down to the nitty-gritty on the installed laminate clickable flooring at the hobby farm. And I left the hardest part for last. And I decided I'm by myself, I'm no electrician, no plumber. I'm going to try to work around these appliances and see if I can do it without screwing anything up majorly. And so this is a good test to see. And for you guys out there, if you are planning on installing laminate flooring, should you move the appliances or can you work around them? Last time I left you, this is the progress I'd made. I had finished the dining room, and I did move the fridge out, and I had unhooked the fridge water, and I was able to floor underneath it, and then I pushed the fridge back, and then I floored in front of the fridge, and I had pulled the range, and I did one row down to the back side of the range, and that's where I ended up. So this is what I got left to do. Not a lot of flooring, but some angles, and I got to see if I can work around these appliances. Again, I'm working alone. I don't want to be sliding appliances over flooring and scratching it up, so I'm going to see if I can work around it. Firm believer in using what you got, so I'm using a cast iron pan just to lift the range up a little bit so I can tuck the flooring underneath. And as we look behind, it is a gas range, so I've got to work around the little gas port there. But I was able to get up under there with the pan and be able to slide all the way to the back. I just notched it out, nothing too fancy. And it looks pretty good. I left my expansion gap in the back, and then I was able just to move the range over to the other side of the flooring, and I was able just to click on in there. So the range didn't end up being a big deal. Again, I'm not an electrician. I'm not a plumber. I didn't want to really unhook gas. I did have to unhook the refrigerator, but I got that put back together with no leaks, but it worked out good. And looks like I made it past that obstacle, and it does have a anti-tip bracket. So I reinstalled that. And before I put the drawer on, I wanted to prove to my wife, yes, I did do underneath the range. I teased her that I was just going to floor up to it and leave the old flooring. But this is proof that I actually did the job. But now I've got to tackle this dishwasher. But the range, after I put the drawer in, looks pretty sharp. So I pulled the dishwasher out, and I noticed that it is hardwired in. It's a lot of dirt and gunk underneath there, but it's not a plug, it's hardwired. And again, I'm not an electrician, so I'm kind of going to force myself to work around this dishwasher. So first step was I pulled it to the side, had enough. I'd unhooked the drain line and the water line under the sink. I also wanted to see and measure with some spare pieces of flooring just to see what the last piece against the wall was going to be, how wide it was. So I ripped that piece and I got ready to work my way kind of backwards. Now there is a point where you cannot click flooring both directions. So there's one row that I'm going to have to deal with, and I'm not sure exactly at this point how I'm going to do it, but I'm working on it. So I was able to. It was very simple. I just made the underneath the dishwasher space, and then I started cutting out some of the more intricate angles and on some of the pieces there in front of the cabinets. Now, again, there's going to be an expansion joint around the cabinet, so I need to put a little half-round trim, but it went in pretty well. And because I was able to move the dishwasher, it's not really heavy, I was able to tip it up and move it around so that I could get those final pieces that are in the main part of the kitchen. And then what I did was I kind of removed the flooring underneath the dishwasher, and then I clicked it back in backwards so that it all fit together, and then I tightened it up. So looks pretty good. I was able to do it. I worked all the way around the appliances, and I can honestly say I wish I would have moved the appliances. It would have been a lot easier. It took me a lot longer to do it this way. There's a couple minor boo-boos that I was not able to click things in because of the weight of the appliances. I totally click them in perfect, but they're in very minor locations. Trim's going to cover them up. So I feel pretty good that this project, I'm not done with the flooring for the whole house. I've still got to do down the stairs. But I needed to get this stuff done so I can start on the trim work, and then we can start bringing some furniture down here and start actually using this place, because that's half the fun. It's, doing the work's great, but I want to get my family down here so that they can enjoy it. And so now I've got trim work to do, and I got to get vent covers, and I've got to paint light switch covers and do all that kind of fun stuff. But I did it. I have a seamless floor. The only seams are going to be by doors. I was able to have it all connect, no major faux pas or problems. Again, nothing is perfect, and I've got some areas that I'm not happy with. And I did find after the fact that I chipped one little place of the kitchen flooring, and I got to decide, if I want to replace that. Now, it'll take me a half day to do it if I want to replace that piece. It's in a dark area. You don't even really see it. And again, I didn't see it for a day until next day is when I was tipping the dishwasher up. The leg must have caught part of it and chipped a little piece, but it's dark underneath and it's in a dark piece and it's pretty well camouflaged. But I sure felt like crap after that, because once you make a mistake inside of flooring and you don't catch it, it's a lot of work to fix it. And so I'll probably rip it out and redo it. But right now I've got other things to do. And this is how much snow we still have down at the hobby farm. And it is, several feet still in the yard, but where there's some bare dirt, there's it's starting to melt a little bit, and the roof is losing some of its snow. We have a whole week of rain and snow in the forecast coming up. So this was a quick trip down just to finish that flooring. And again, I'm a little down because of that one chip in the floor. I mean, you can't beat yourself too bad. I've got to kind of get a better perspective, because overall it looks really, really good. But when you're doing something and it's going so well and you make one stupid mistake, or it's just kind of eats at you a little bit. So got a lot to think about on the drive home, and I've got to think of whether I want to pull the dishwasher out again and then rip up all that flooring and redo it. But I'll probably wait till after I do the trim work, and then I can do that if it still bothers me. But as you can see, we're a long ways from actually getting to garden down here at the hobby farm. But it is melting. We're starting to get a little bit of water running, and I need to fix some downspouts and things that weren't done when I purchased the house. But it's getting to be the busy time of the year. And I've got to get to work, and I've got a grandkid on the way. I got my kids' lacrosse is starting up this week, and I've got real estate going hot and heavy. So we got a lot going on, and so we'll see how we get all this stuff done. Oh, and I need to get on over to the school garden and start getting that taken care of. We got to get that planted for the spring, as well as my home garden. So it's busy time of the year, but I'm excited to be outside, get a little sun. It was 60 degrees when I got home in Salt Lake City for the first time, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Well, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you.